Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch something here called Ghost Town from 1988, I think. Let's check it out. Catherine Hicklin plays Kate. She's cute. She's driving through the desert somewhere, Tucson area, and she has car troubles. And then this weird dust storm, or whatever the hell it is, blows in. And is that a horse in there? Anyway, she gets taken away. The local sheriffs pull up. That's Langley on the right. Anyway, Langley starts looking around, and then he spots what appears to be a man on a horse, which suddenly disappears. And then it reappears and starts shooting at him. Like something out of the Old West. And just like that, he's gone. And he stumbles upon an ancient body.
You're the one. You'll rid my town of the evil. Don't fail or risk a fate worse than death.
He then wanders through the desert and stumbles upon a ghost town. He doesn't know it yet, but he's been zapped back in time to like the 1880s or something. He stops in a building and he hears some whispering. Are those undead ghosts? He does find someone, though.
Who the hell are you? I'm the dealer.
The actor is Crispin Glover's father, by the way, Bruce.
We'll wait till you get there. It's a past you can't do anything about.
They have a brief conversation and then he disappears. And he finds a saloon.
A girl. Man on a black horse.
We would not be the first.
You belong here, boy. Whatever way you got here, go back, but you still got a chance. Because you don't want one.
He ends up in a shootout with two bad hombres. He killed them both, but he gets nursed back to health by this woman. Because he got shot too.
Sheriff.
Clint Harper.
Been such a long time since.
She then jumps on top of him. It's been a good day for this guy. And here we spot Kate, who obviously got zapped back in time also when she got pulled into that dust ball. I'm not sure what's happening to her. She's now captured by that guy who captured her, which is Devlin is his name. He don't look quite right. We then get a flashback to what really happened in the 1880s. Sheriff shot Devlin in the face. Devlin returns the favor by dragging him through the streets.
God, no.
He and his boys apparently then buried him alive. Actually, it looked like the date there was 1870. So yeah, Langley is somehow watching this or dreaming this. I think it's starting to dawn on him that this is a legitimate ghost town filled with ghosts, because those are the two people he shot earlier and killed. Back in the saloon.
That's the girl that I'm after.
It's Rose McBride.
Yep.
She's the same here.
Looks just like Kate.
She got her same career cut short.
Devlin shows up with Kate.
Miss Rose has been so kind as to offer to sing. Wrong call, wrong card, lawman.
Devlin challenges him to a duel.
The house stands 10-1 against that.
I'll take that bet.
Silent.
Right. Shit.
Can't kill him, apparently. There They're getting the best of Langley now. But he does manage to escape. Meanwhile, Devon kills the blacksmith.
Give him best regards.
Langley stumbles upon the woman that nursed him back to health and gave him a nice little ride earlier. She's done with a pitchfork.
Crude shot, but it might work.
He's coming up with a plan on how to take down these ghosts. He's got like nails that he's putting in the shotgun. Not sure how that's going to help much.
There is nothing to fear, you cowards. Time to die, Sheriff. Get him! Where are you, lawman? There is no escaping my dog!
He ends up in a shootout with them.
Do you realize you can't kill me?
It appeared that he got the best of them, but it didn't work until he takes the sheriff's star and throws it into his head. That finally marks the end of Devlin. And with that, the ghost town disappears, and they are suddenly whisked away back to good old 1988. That's how our film ends. All right. Let's talk about this movie, Ghost Town. This is a movie that I taped. I think I rented it and copied it, probably summer of 1989. Possible I taped it off of cable too. I don't know. I never watched it then. I ended up watching it in the mid-90s one time, and that's the one only time I watched it, maybe mid to late 90s or so. So anyway, watched it again today for the first time since then. So what we got here is a horror movie. It was filmed in around Tucson, Arizona. We have a sheriff. I take that back. There's this woman driving on the road, played by Catherine Hickland. She stops, just some sort of car trouble, and this big, like, dust storm just bowls over her, and next thing you know, she's, like, taken away. She's taken away by, like, this ghost of this man on a horseback from, like, the 1800s or something like that. His name is Devlin. Well, anyway, the local sheriff tries to investigate, and somehow he ends up back in time also. I guess when the woman was taken, she ended up going back in time to the Old West days, like 1880s or whenever this takes place. And then the guy got sucked back too. Well, he then discovers the body. Where did he find the body before he went back in time? I don't know. He finds the body of the sheriff who used to be there. I think that's actually happened before he got sucked back in time. He finds the sheriff's star. He gets back in time, and next thing you know, he's looking for this woman. He doesn't quite understand what happened, but he has gone back in time. And but he still thinks he's in the present, so he's all confused. Eventually, he figures out that this guy named Devlin is holding her hostage, and he's got to try to rescue her. He gets her back at one point. He has a few run-ins with some of Devlin's people. Devlin is some sort of like ghost zombie thing or something like that. He more or less looks like a normal guy, but his face is all screwed up. He's a mess. Devlin comes in at one point, challenges him to a duel. But he's like, you can't kill me, nothing can kill me, and he's pretty much right. The sheriff spends a lot of time in the movie kind of hiding from these guys. Ultimately, he ends up having one final showdown with the sheriff. He shoots the sheriff. He's managed to kill some of the other people from the past as well, and he shoots the sheriff. But again, you can't kill him. He looks like he's killed him, but then he pops back up again and thinks, ha ha ha, you can't kill me. And then he takes the star from the sheriff's star from that he has in his pocket, whips it at the guy's head, it embeds in his forehead, and that somehow kills him. That's pretty much the end of our movie. The next thing you know, he and the woman get sucked back into the normal time, and our movie ends. I don't know. Anyway, that is Ghost Town. I'm not sure what to make of this movie exactly. I think there was a very brief nude scene from this one woman who mounted him briefly in that movie. From what I read about this movie, they had some directorial problems. The company that was going to release this movie was running out of money and about to go bankrupt, so they wanted to hurry this film along so they could get it out there and get some money back. It only opened in 8 theaters, apparently, and apparently the movie version that went out was the work print. It wasn't even the final. They had some director problems. One guy was attached to it, and then he bowed out before it even happened. Then the second guy got in there, and he was having major issues with the scripts, and he ended up walking out near the end of the movie, so they had a third guy brought in. It was just kind of a mess. Now, the movie itself, it's actually not bad. it's just a little disjointed. I don't know how else to describe it, but thought it was kind of cool when he first got to the town, and it was clearly a ghost town. And we hear whispers. There's people around. They're like undead. They can't run the same thing over and over again, where he's talking to somebody who's clearly a ghost of some sort. He turns away, and then he turns back. The guy's gone. And even though this happens several times to him, he doesn't seem to quite grasp that something weird has happened. He's gone back in time. I don't know. Strange film. Now, again, I had this was available on VHS, and then Scream Factory, sorry, put this out on Blu-ray not too long ago, a couple of years ago maybe. And this thing is getting pricey right now, by the way. So if you want to track this movie down, you're going to end up paying maybe $50 for it, maybe even higher than that. So you better snatch it up quick before it even gets ridiculously out of print and out of your price range. But it's not a bad film. I'll leave a link to Amazon down below if you're interested in it. But yeah, $50 is probably a good deal. If you can get it for that, snatch it up. So check it out. Let me know what you think about Ghost Town. Leave some comments down below. It's Ghost Town. Watch it.